I just figured out that I would come out here. I'm working on a project. I'm really trying to get some of these blankets that are just due that need to get done out so that I can start working on some of my own stuff. I've just kind of set the goal for myself that says I'm not going to do any more blankets in the sense of any more, but I got to get these done first. Hi Sandy, I got to get these done first because if I start down the path of learning how to do my own patterns for the Pacific blankets I really love doing, and I do the samples for those, I'm never getting back to these. And I have one, I've got one that has to be done. It's already done by Mother's Day, but I got to tie in all the loose ends. I have one that still needs to be finished. It doesn't have a time limit. I have another one for a friend that is very special that I need to finish. I have one for our church they've asked me to do, but he donated money for the specific one. And so I have one for my daughter. So I literally have 5. And I'm like, if I don't focus on getting these out and done, I can't go to the next step because I really want to start doing my own patterns for this Pacific blanket that I love doing and actually do some samples of them and then put them out for anybody that wants to, purchase them from Mama. I'm just happy to recoup the yarn for it. I won't make anything off of it, but I'm just glad to have the yarn to be able to do. So I can say to her, take the rest of it. Hi Matrix, long time no see, been in my prayers. So that's kind of the goal. Yesterday I had every intention of actually recording and getting up to date with the devotions. We all came home from church. It took me a while to kind of relax a little bit. And then I thought I'll just lay down for like an hour. And the whole house got quiet for like 2 hours, including Mocha even. We all lay down for a nap. And the next thing I know, it's like 7 o'clock. If you want to, that's up to you. If it has any kind of, if it's wool, I can't use it. I can only use cotton. And cotton and acrylic are the only two. If it's bamboo, I can use that. And if it's been in a house with cats, love it, but I don't even want to attempt to use it because I'm highly allergic to cats, and so is Josh. And if it's been in a smoke-filled environment, that'll also set me off allergy-wise. So those two things are real big. I'd love to have the yarn, but I just can't touch it if it's been in near a cat. It'll just, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to start washing yarn. Yeah, cats, I'm allergic, but Josh is like, really, really bad. Like, we'll have the paramedics here kind of thing. And I don't chance it. So for that reason, I don't even want to take a chance putting anything near him that has any kind of issue with that, because he'll get real bad real quick. And we've had enough hospital runs lately. I've had enough of them. I don't need to go back in. So we all did it, and then I took about an hour to kind of just lay in bed and rest, and then we cooked dinner, and it was like, before I knew it was 10 o'clock at night. I actually went to bed like 12:30 last night and crashed. So I'm like, you know what? My body must have just really needed it. Hi, Bugga. I hope I got that right. Welcome. So I'm like, I guess I must needed it because I just literally crashed. So my intentions are to, you're going to go to Philly tomorrow? Hopefully for good things. tomorrow, or after I get off this, I'm gonna go, I will be praying Matrix for sure. Tomorrow or tonight, after I get done with this, I'm gonna go in and record a couple of the devotions. I've started to kind of change the devotions, if you guys have noticed, if you watch them. I do like a little 30-second intro before I do the actual video, and I don't know if that'll help with views or not, but it may. Thank you. It's a jacket. It's just a jacket. It's still, I don't even know. I was gonna look at the temp before I got in, or before I got up or out here, but I didn't. Oh, I'm sorry, Matrix. I'm praying for you. But I'm hoping that they'll actually, because when the thumbnail goes away for a second, it goes into the video. And by maybe making not the intro, which I really love and I don't want to get rid of, having that little clip of just saying, here's the less devotions, here's the topic, let's get started. And then playing the devotion or playing the intro may get people to actually watch it more. I don't know. But I'm trying that. But if not, that's okay. But it's kind of fun to do it that way because it gets things started and then we go into the intro. So I'm changing how I'm doing the videos, except for like with Christina singing, because there's no way to do that. But I have another taste review. Y'all haven't seen the pickle review with the pickles. I have a taste review to do. And that is coming up soon with, if you like coffee, you're going to like it. I have not tried it yet. So sometime soon. And then tomorrow I'm going to put out for the taco salad recipe. Probably being a short. But I have all the stuff. I just need to put it together. And I'm going to work on the Mother's Day craft. Because the Easter craft didn't go anywhere because this girl was in the hospital. I don't want to repeat that one again. So anyway. But I've just had to set the thing that says, okay, if you don't work on getting these done and go on to that next part, you're never going to come back to them. So you've got to finish them first before you can start something else. Because I know myself, it'll be a year down the road and these other blankets won't get done, and they need to. They've got a time, some of them got a time limit on them. A cup of tea. So this is the current one, and I've had to actually modify this pattern from the original. I brought an extra yarn in case I needed it. Because I didn't want to go back in the house. Oh. Well, you know what? She's always there with you. Even though she's not there with you, I know it's going to be hard. This will be the first Mother's Day without my aunt here. It's going to be the first Mother's Day without my cousin having her mom. So you'll be in my thoughts. My favorite color is purple. This is not my blanket. This is somebody who actually wanted me to make one. And I said, you buy the yarn and I make it. You want to give me a tip for making it? Give that to Mama. Because all the revenue from this channel goes to her. Any extra stuff for the blankets goes to Mama. The original one of this one actually said, these are my favorite blankets to do, by the way. And these are I want to do my own patterns for this. This is not totally my own pattern. But I had to kind of fool around with this one today a little bit. Because you can see the home. If you can see the home. There's the home. That's what your mom did. And it's home suite. So I had to figure out where the suite, hopefully I got it right. The suite is going to look like in the middle of home, we're hoping. And then on the bottom is like the hearts. That's not my part, but I had to modify it. So this is the colors they chose. hearts on the bottom, and that says home. And then hopefully I've got sweet the right way. We'll find out when I get done with sweet and I lay it out and go, yeah, I think I've got it right now. I had to undo some of it. She made a bunch before the end. They're wonderful gifts. Yours did too. They're wonderful gifts. Just so people know, if they're new to this channel, you don't ever have to have a crochet hook to come. This is a channel focusing on connection. We don't focus on teaching people how to crochet. We want people coming in. We want people connecting. We want people to get to know each other and have the support. I use crochet because I deal with fibromyalgia. And so I don't teach anybody how to do this. But I'm working with 3 strands, just so people know. When they're doing this type of blanket, you're literally, I'm keeping this color on and I'm changing to this color. So I have, that's why I had to put everything in a bin. Don't like that. Well, see if I can fix it real quick. I'll have to go back and undo that. I have them in a bin like this because if not, I've got 3 separate yards going at once. Hi, Tuber Chat. Hi, Dee. How you doing? I don't think you're driving them away, Matrix. You know, I did. I'm slowly feeling better. I will see what the doctor says on Wednesday. The test that they did came back negative, so that was good. Well, if you need to reach out to me, you know you can reach out to me. And if you need to talk, you know you can reach out to me, and I'd be glad to talk to you, and you know that. But then the tests were negative, that they did, so that's good. They just may want to do a little procedure just to make sure that the problem that is happening doesn't happen again, because that was not fun. And if you're a woman, you understand. That's all I'm gonna say. But I'm on medication, which is working to handle the issue, but I will see what she says on Wednesday. But I'm just taking a while to build back my energy. You know, I realized, Matrix, when Patty passed, there are people that didn't understand how to talk to me because they didn't know how to interact with somebody that was grieving. And you've had a very close, I'm not ever relating, I haven't had that yet with losing my mother. An aunt is special, but she's not your mom. And people sometimes don't know how to interact. They don't know what to say. They don't know how to respond. They don't know how to sit in grief with somebody. And it's not that they're trying to, they don't know. They feel, I mean, I feel really bad because you've gone through a lot with your foot and your mom and all that. There's been a lot. And some people just don't know how to be in that space. But don't stop trying to connect, because that doesn't do anything for you. That just makes your life miserable. That's no fun. And I think that with everything that kind of happened, we all had a place to go a little bit, and those that know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about, and that's kind of gone away. But this channel's not going anywhere. And we're all here for each other. We're all here to have that connection and that support. and grow together and feel like nobody is, by themselves. I am trying to line stuff. I know. Well, you have to take one day at a time, and you just know that if you ever need someone to talk to, you can reach out to me, and I will be glad to talk to you. Because that's what we're all here to do, guys. We're here to be here. Well, that's good. You need the support. You need support. There's, I'm sure, groups within your area that you can reach out to. But just realize you have a friend. And, I don't think, my counselor keeps asking me, where do you feel you stand with Patty? And I'm like, I don't know. There's days I'm really sad. I know I'm still depressed about it. Well, I know. And that's exactly what she said is the reason why I wanted to start this channel. And why I said to my mom, I wanted to do this. Take the revenue for it, but I want to do this. Because I don't want people to feel as if they have to be alone. Nobody should have to go through this life alone. And go through difficult times and hard times. We all should be here for each other. And we can be here for each other. You have wigs staring at you? Was it your mom's wigs? And maybe eventually, Matrix, you'll get to a point where some of the things that she has you can maybe find someone that can use them. I know. Being alone is no fun, but you're not alone. You have friends. And you're in my prayers for sure. And I'm sorry. You donate them when you're ready. Don't donate them before you're ready to do it. Because that's part of your mom. Don't do it before you're ready. Do it when you're ready. Do it when you're ready. And maybe take one of your favorite wigs and say, this one I'm keeping. If you have a favorite shirt, I don't know if you do, but maybe if you have a favorite shirt as you're going through some of her stuff that she used to wear. There's places on SD, I will send them to you. And we did it for my daughter, and the dress that Patty wore to her wedding, Patty brought up here, and I said to my daughter, when she's ready, then we'll make a teddy bear out of it. But if you can find, when you're ready, a shirt that you would say, this is my favorite, when you're ready and you can go through them, then I will send you places on ST that you can send those shirts in, and they'll make a teddy bear out of it. And then that way, when they send it back to you, at least when you're missing your mom, you know what I mean? Hi Mary, how are you? When you're missing your mom, you can go ahead and just give that teddy bear a hug. We did that with my dad's shirt. Somebody did it with my uncle's shirt. I gave one to my grandmother, and I'll never forget handing that to my grandmother and her holding it and being able to feel like she was hugging her son. Rob's aunt died, we had someone make a teddy bear out of it, some clothes. It was beautiful. Yep. Yep. I've done it on, I've done it for, we did one for Stephen. We did one for my dad, and then Patty's dress that you see in the video Christina did, Amazing Grace, that dress she wore at my aunt's. My aunt wore that at her wedding, and so she brought that dress up here. And then that way she said, I said to her, she wore it. And I said, when you're done wearing it, we'll make a doll out of it. So when you're ready, this is not, just so everybody knows, when people are grieving, this is on nobody else's timetable but your own. Don't feel pressured that you should be doing this sooner than anybody else. I'm still numb about Patty. I'm still numb days. When I think of her and I can't handle it, I put it in the imaginary trunk and I say, no, not today. And what kind of happened with me that winded me up in the hospital, part of that I thought was just because, you know what, I was grieving and it was messing up my whole system. And it wasn't. And some of it may have factored into that, but not as much as I thought it was. But guys, this is on nobody else's timetable. Your matrix. And you don't know who you are. Hi, Love Cats. How are you? Oh, I'm wearing my Hey Dudes. I love my Hey Dudes. I love my Hey Dudes. The best shoes in the world, Hey Dudes. See, my Hey Dudes. Tip for anybody wearing Hey Dudes, put a pair of socks underneath them. They're great. But anyway, you're going to find out who you are. Because I'm different. I'm going to try not to cry. I have 2 aunts left. Well, no, on my side, not Josh's family. I've got aunts on Josh's family. I have one that came here that's in Minnesota, I think. Not Michigan. Yeah, I know. I pay dues. I love them. I want more. And they're the only shoe. I've tried sneakers and my feet, I can't wear them for long periods of time because my feet fall asleep too easily. But the Hey Dudes I can wear for long periods of time, and they don't do that to my feet. And my feet are very, very sensitive now with the fibromyalgia. I have my aunt. Hi, Valerie. I am so sorry. Let's put some ones in the chat. I can't put anything in the chat because I'm on my phone. Let's put some ones in the chat for everybody that needs them. I have my one aunt. And I'll be my one, I have my one aunt, and then I have my other one that, of course, not yet is talking to us. And I kind of feel like I'm nobody's nephew or niece anymore. I'm always going to be Patty's niece. But I'm just hoping that phone call is going to happen. And it's not going to happen. It's not ever going to happen again. And my cousin calls and she's just in tears because she misses her mama. And I just think I just think to myself, I really wish that she had been here a little bit longer. But Matrix, you grieve in your own time period and you do what you need to do. Do it however you need to do it. We planted a tree there's a living tribute does trees, and we planted a tree in Patty's name in the where was it? Tennessee. No, Kentucky, I'm sorry. The Daniel Boone Forest. We actually planted a tree. And in Patty's name. And we planted a tree for my dad. And when my daughter and son-in-law got married, I said, go ahead, and if you could plant the tree with, if you can plant the tree for my son and daughter-in-law, or my son-in-law and daughter, if you can plant their tree near where you planted my dad's. And then when Patty passed, I asked the same thing. I said, if you can plant that tree near that. So they all have a tree in the Kentucky thing. So do whatever you need to do. But I will send you those. They're on SD, and you just send in a shirt. But you may not be ready to go through her shirts yet. And you do it when you're ready. But I can tell you, I remember handing Christina the one we did for her of her uncle. And she just said, that she said I could hug her again, or hug him again. And it meant a lot to her. And I love you, cats. I really appreciate that you want Sandy to go live, but please stop asking her to do that. That can be looked at as spamming. You've asked that several times. I don't know if she's ready to go live, and I don't think that she would leave this live to go on hers yet. And if she wanted to go live and she felt that she wanted to do that, I would hop off and go support her. But I really appreciate that you want her to go live, but I'm going to ask you to please stop. We want to have you a part of the community and part of the conversation, but that's been repeated 2 or 3 times within the past 5 or 6 minutes, and that can be looked at as spamming through YouTube, and I need you to please stop. And if you continue to do it, Sandy Manning will time you out for a while, and then we'll see how you are when you come back. But I really would appreciate it. Thank you very much. But let's keep going. I'm trying to set up me and my mom going into the ocean. Was in the Navy Sea where I belong. That's awesome. It's awesome. Like I said, grief is on nobody else's timetable. It's on the person's timetable. They have to do it 100% on their own and however they want to do it. And you just do it you. And if you have to do it a certain way, yarn, then you do it a certain way. And don't worry about it. Because I don't know. I thought about, I kind of thought, I guess I feel like I should be crying more about Patty. All right, I should be. And yet, I think that I don't know. We've heard that there's going to be a service of some kind. We just don't know what it's going to look like yet. And so, we'll see. And if there is, kind of feel like that'll be my opportunity to kind of feel as if I've had that, and we haven't had that yet. So, spring is in the air, guys. And yes, blanket underneath her, because it's still a little chilly out. It's not majorly chilly out. Is snowman. I'm not getting rid of my snowman. Still love my snowman. I thought I'm going to bring my rocking chair out. We'll do this more often when it's not snowing. Maybe in the evening come out and I'll bring my blankets and you guys will help me get them done and we'll chit chat. On Wednesday, I don't know if I'll have Streamlabs up and running yet. If not, no, I didn't crochet the snowman, but I do have a blanket pattern I can get for the snowman. But no, this is just a fleece little blanket. But maybe we'll do this on occasion. Bring it out, as long as it's not raining and it's beautiful, I'll just set it up like this. Not a little bad idea. But we are going to do our topic Wednesday, but I have to sit and pay for the upgrade to Streamlabs, and I just didn't feel like doing that today. So I'll do that tomorrow. I may have to go under StreamYard. We'll have to see. On Wednesday, which will show StreamYard's logo, but who, it is what it is, right? But I may have to do that on Wednesday. But I think I scheduled it through Streamlabs, though. I did. So it may be maybe a different kind of. Yes, I love snowmen, and I love winter and fall. I do not like summer. But Christina will be here this weekend. So busy with her all this weekend, but maybe I'll come out about maybe 7 o'clock on occasion and just say, let's sit on the back porch and crochet and talk and chat and help me to get these blankets done that I've got to get done. But hey, Kristen, how you doing? Well, drive safely, sis. I need you to be in one piece. So, because I want to get to my own patterns. The one I'm doing for our church is one I kind of have to do. I'm going to be doing probably my first ever pattern with, but as far as doing patterns, like I want to do the disco ball pattern. I want to do the disco ball pattern, and I want to do a street light. I want to do that channel that I've just, I was listening to the way she talks to the animals. Patty kind of did that, the way she used to talk to animals. I don't know, Matrix. But the what is it? The way she talks to the monkeys and all them is similar to how Patty would talk to the animals. And so that's why it's kind of like something that really makes me smile when I watch these monkeys that get off my blanket. That just, they make me smile. So I want to do a monkey blanket and send them. I want to do an Elvis blanket, but I can't do any of them till I finish the ones I'm supposed to finish. When I first started, this is how I would crochet, just so people know. That was how slow. Now I'm like, for the most part, I can be pretty fast. When I first started, man, I was slower than... I was slow. I'm having to get my pattern out so I know how many piece blocks. I take this from another pattern so I could do Home Sweet Home that would work with this one. 36. So it's 36, but it's not 36. 6. Yep, I'm going to do a disco ball, and I know exactly who that one's going to. But when I first started with crochet, it was so slow. I could never, when I was doing it, I could never imagine doing blankets like this. Now it's like my favorite. I'll do the soap caddies and stuff, but I don't like doing stuff in the round and like stuff Crafty Witch does with the Emma McGroomies. I'm like, go for it. Those are just not me. Those are not me. And this one, I'm even kind of having to finagle a little bit. Because the numbers on that blanket are different from this one. So I'm having to kind of, it's not something I can, oh, those are so special. I don't think people realize it. That, you know, if you can find somebody that crochets, if you're giving a wedding present to somebody, you know, everybody they usually get, like these blankets, if somebody asked me to do something like this, I could literally put like their last name, depending on how long it is. Our pastor that married Josh and I, his last name was Chillingarian, so I may not fit that on a blanket, but, you know, you could put their wedding year or wedding date or whatever, or their initial. You could make it so you could put their initial in the middle of the blanket. Like their, their initial. It'd have to be their initial. You couldn't do the, you know, you could do their initial in the blanket and then put the wedding date below and put hearts and stuff and everything. And you could make it, and you could give that as a wedding gift, because that honestly is something they can pass on for years to come. And I don't think people realize. It says 6, but okay, I did it wrong. I made a mistake. And this is called frogging, when you have to undo your work. You make a mistake. But I'm going by a lot of, you know, if they're close to you, spending, you know, if you're going to go out and buy them a Instapot or something, and maybe they'll get several Instapots in their thing, go out and have somebody do a blanket for like $150. Or if you're grandparents, you know, think about pulling your resources together and find somebody to do a blanket from the grandparents. Or the aunts, you know, the aunts and uncles, if they have 2 or 3 aunts and uncles. And somebody's going to charge you like $200 or $250 to do a blanket, which is that's what we usually charge. It's like between $200 and $250. And if it's for a child, it's a lot less because it usually is smaller. And I'm just like, I'll take the money back for the yarn, give Mama the rest of it. But if you have grandparents, get them together and collect, and be able to have them, you know, invest for the you know, the money for the gift. You have grandparents, just go ahead and, I gotta see, hold on a second. Everybody come together and contribute a little bit of money, and $100 for that, $100 for that, and you get a blanket done and have it come from the grandparents. To me, that's more special, because it would come from both sets, or both sets of parents to come together and do the same thing. Or a child being born, 2 sets of grandparents, go ahead and have a blanket done. They can, you know, have for years, and they can pass on down to their children. It's just, to me, I just love blankets. There's something about blankets. I think it's because it gives everybody a big hug. But I may start coming out here a little bit more myself in my rocking chair. I sometimes will bring my rocking chair Josh got for my anniversary and put it in my bedroom. But I went for a walk with Mom. I've started to kind of, hopefully everybody can hear me a lot better with the mic attached. Hopefully it's working. Where's the... Is it plugged in? Because it should be green. It's not on. Let's see. This whole entire time I thought the mic was on. It's not. Couldn't have died. Hold on a second, guys. I'm gonna fool around with this for a second. This mic shouldn't be dead. Hi, Michelle. Why is that doing that? I thought the mic was on this entire time and it's not been on. I'll point you to this guy for a second. Because I wanted the mic to work. If it's not, then as long as you can hear me, that's all that matters, right? It's crazy. Oops. I had to kind of finagle the stand too a little bit because it was wobbling. Yes, I'm live. Hey, daughter. That's my daughter. Trying to get the mic to work, but apparently doesn't want to do it. Don't know why. Hey, daughter. If not, I'm not gonna worry about it. As long as you guys can hear me, then that's what we'll have to do. I thought I had it in, and then I'm realizing this entire time, I guess I didn't. Oh, it's gonna work. You love that? This whole entire time, I thought the mic was on. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Oh, you're too funny. This whole entire time, I thought the mic was on, and it wasn't. I'm outside, daughter. Well, I learned something new today. If that red light isn't blinking on, then this thing isn't on. I had thought I was being so cool, bringing out the mic, having it attached. Look down, going, wait, where's the green light I'm looking for? It's not on there. Oh wait, I didn't count. For those that are just coming in, I'm working on the blanket, trying to get it done. You sounded in so grateful. Thank you. I don't know if it makes a difference. 4, 5, 6, 7. I try. I worked on the horse blanket, Christina, a little bit recently, but I'll start coming out here a little bit, bring the blankets, and we'll sit and chit chat, and eventually I'll be in a position where I can, yeah. Yep. Yeah. Hopefully I've got the sweet part lined up correctly. I'm not gonna know till I have the tea. Yep. There's actually one I want to do, and it's a short. I want to do it this weekend when you come. Oh, God help me, please. Driving with Chrissy, I do not need. No, there's one I want to do with you and me, Mom, and it's the one that has like 3 people, and it's Live for Me Forever. Whatever song it is, and there's like 3 people. 3 people, and then like these 2 people in front, and they put on my makeup and that kind of thing, and then somebody comes out, and I thought it'd be cute to try to do with me, Mom, and you one time. I have to send you a short. I thought maybe we'll get to do that this week. I thought it'd be fun. She's going to dye my hair. Put a little bit more dye on it. As long as it's not yellow, we'll be fine. We will be fine. So I can get lost in crochet for hours. It doesn't take much for this girl. You won't know till, oh my goodness. Lord have mercy, I'm in trouble. She may try to put yellow on my head. I don't like yellow. It's my least favorite color. Purple is my all-time favorite color. But I think she wants to try to do a barbecue this weekend. Anxiety trend with Mocha. The dog can give us anxiety every once in a while. She was a little spunky today. She has her leash, and we took her for a walk, and she was like doing jumps, and I don't know what was going on with her today, but every once in a while she'll hop. She was hopping, and like she was getting feisty. She needs a bath, but I was thinking maybe somebody could give it to her this weekend. I wonder who that would be. Take her to the pet washing station down there and give her a bath. I wonder who that would be. I usually give it to her. Yes. Mocha is actually my daughter, which is Chrissy Edits. She that's actually Mocha is her dog. But we are kind of caring for her right now because Christina can't have her. So she's our grand dog, if that makes any sense. Oh, you're welcome, sis. Your niece is in the thing. Just so everybody knows, Kristen is not actually my sister, but we've become sisters, and that has happened just because. Mocha is a staffy, and Mocha was actually held by the collar and choked by neighborhood kids that thought it was funny, and then she was then sent to a home where she was beaten. So Mocha's been through a lot, and at one point we did try to think about rehoming her, but we were very concerned that she may wind with somebody that wouldn't take the time. We've taken a lot of time to build the trust up. She goes to a vet that hold on a second, I had to count 1, 2, 3, 11, 12, 13. Thank you. Those that are crocheters know. And I'm using a 5.5 hook. So we've taken 2 years to build up a repertoire with the vet locally here that, understands her, because she has to be sedated for everything that she has. Don't drop it on your toe next time. So any kind of medical procedure she has to be sedated for. So they are just amazing with her. But she would not be happy in a home where she had somebody that worked all the time. She is so used to us being home a lot of the time. And she spends a lot of the time, if I'm on the couch, she's underneath the blanket with me cuddling while I crochet. She cuddles on the chair with my husband. She really loves to have people home. And staffies are a lot like that. They want to be surrounded with people a lot of the time. I would never recommend a staffy for someone that was a new dog owner, because they can be, you're not used to them. They're wonderful dogs, but they can also be hard-headed, like someone else I know. And but I'm using a 5.5 hook. These are my favorite, the Susan Bates, which are getting harder and harder to find. I don't know what I'll do when these break. I've got several of them. But these are my favorite. I've tried the clovers. The clovers are, the problem I have is this shaft. If I could ever figure out how to make my own, I would. This is my problem. The clover, and I have one. I thought I'd try it. Everybody raves about the clover. I don't know if I can invite you. Yeah, they're Velcro dogs. These hooks, give me a minute. Oh, give me a second, Christine. I'll see if I can invite you. These are rounded. And the clovers have a place where it wants you to hold your finger like flat. And then it doesn't want to, I can't move my wrist. And when I'm crocheting, I find myself, I'm like rolling my hand. And I probably would get used to that after a while. I know, and I have one and I've tried it and it actually slows me down. I'm so used to the round, smooth thing. And the other problem I have is that the shaft for a lot of the hooks are so small, especially when you're doing like the bobble stitch. I use the bobble stitch. I don't like the popcorn stitch. And I have to take my ring off when I crochet because they're welded together and then it sticks sometimes and I can't crochet as fast. So it's in the bedroom. But anyway, a lot of the hooks, the shaft of the actual hook is not long like this is. And not that I use the whole thing, but it's just, I don't know. I like that style where the hook shaft is longer, but then it has this round, smooth. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do when I have no idea what I'm going to do when I cannot get Susan Bates because they're getting harder and harder to find. I have several 5s. I use the 4.5 for our soap caddies. I use a 5 a lot. Every once in a while, I use a 5.5. I've got all of the Susan Bates, but if anybody comes across any, they're on Amazon, but they're not easy to find anymore. The Susan Bates bamboo hooks, they're not. And I have several, and I'm like, and I even went to Joann's when they were closing, and I thought, I'll go see if they have any. I'll grab like a stack of them, and they didn't have any. And they're just not easy to find anymore, the 5s. And you can nearly find the 4.5s for the bamboo. And then I think it's, who is it? Hobby Lobby has a bamboo hook, but I don't like it. It's too fat. And it's not as, it doesn't have the same weight that the Susan Bates have. And I don't like them. I got that one time. Like, no. So I don't know. I may find a hook that I like, but it's going to take me a while. Let me see what I can do. Start pull. That's not going to work. Nope. I have to see because somebody wants to come on. Nope. Well, that won't work. I don't know if I have to restart to come back or not. Nope, that's the green screen. Nope. I don't know what I'm trying to see if it has to be something I do before. No. Oh, shoot. Oh, I don't want that. Let's see. Copy link, create a post. No, that's not going to work. Pin to live stream. No, that's not. I don't know if I can do it without. All right. Well, somebody wants to come on and talk. So I'll restart it with Christina. She said it'll be worth it. Yeah. You guys ready? I'll hop off and come back on, and Christina will come back on. As apparently she really wants to come on. So we'll restart. Come back in a minute. I love y'all. And I'll see you in a few minutes. Remember to be proud of being yourself. Everyone else is taken. We got you covered. Thank you so much for having us covered. And we'll see you in a few. And we'll keep crocheting that connection. See you back in a few. Bye-bye, everybody.